I could just mute you.
Well, if you don't want me here because of the echo, I don't mind.
No, it's fine. It's just a joke.
Okay.
Or is it? Dun dun dun.
Anyway, welcome to the Bureau of Barely Accessible Yeah, I was trying to get the third right this time. Welcome.
Am I like the bad luck charm on that or something?
I did just connect, so
welcome to the Barely Acceptable Content Podcast. There we go.
The Twitch edition.
The Twitch edition.
So, because this week I'm in Finland, so I have to do it through Twitch this time.
So the first topic this week, is Finland a real place?
Yes, because I'm there.
How do we know?
Are you though?
Conspiracy.
Alright. Moving on. I don't know.
He just said he doesn't know. I think that means we're correct in assuming that Finland doesn't exist.
He can neither confirm nor deny.
Alright then.
Finland is so highly classified, no one can confirm or deny its existence.
Yeah, everyone will just keep on doing that.
Yep. And now Pauli wants to leave.
Not really. Gotta
considering.
get it done this week.
Considering muting us.
Well, I'll just do the same thing I did last week.
Madness episode.
Probably should discuss that. Yeah, like last week was kind of a problem. Well, not a problem for everyone, but it was like kind of, shall we say, difficult.
Working and other commitments.
Everything got in the way.
Tricky one.
Yeah. So I decided, you know what's going to be funny? I'm just going to talk by myself and pretend people are there.
Yeah, and then when I eventually got home, you made me feel super depressed about it.
It wasn't meant to. I was supposed to be a funny, not more on a parody, but like, so it was supposed to be kind of like a, what would I call it? A one-man show where the joke was trying to do the best you can with what you got, but failing utterly at it anyway. That's part of British humor, isn't it?
Sure.
That's what you humans like.
Alright.
Humanji. Alright, so should we go into the week thing?
We could.
It's a good starting sport.
Well, we could have like done this.
things.
Somehow we could have probably got into a natural discussion about some of our topics, but it seems kind of impossible at the moment. So let's go into weeks instead.
Oh, yeah, if we talk about weak things, we can talk about Jared's skill on computer games.
And I get to talk about Star Wars Legion.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's the only reason you're on, Matt.
Yeah, you could definitely talk about that with the weak things.
Oh, Jared, do you mind looking at not breathing into the mic so much?
I will look at that, sir.
All right.
Yeah, Jared, stop breathing.
Yeah, just hold your breath for about an hour and a half.
Thing is, like, my mic either picks it up, like with the breathing and my voice, or nothing at all. It's great.
Maybe get a pop filter.
Maybe
I don't know what those are.
It's like a mesh kind of that goes in front of your mic that prevents like the popping sounds and like breathing sounds going through.
Oh right. Oh,
It's
I will
what
actually
you
look
see.
into that.
Yeah, on those big TV episodes and stuff where they're filming with one of those big booms, it's
Yeah.
the big
It's the
fluffy
fuzzy
thing
thing,
where it's
isn't
like,
it?
Yeah.
I can't really put one of those on my laptop.
No, that's all
you
right.
could get a cat.
But that's true, I could borrow Becky's. I'm currently over at Becky's house now.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Really?
Yeah,
Thanks, Jared.
I'm house sitting this week.
Yeah. So Matt, just please continue on your week of things.
Oh, well, because I wasn't here last week as well, I didn't get to mention that, but I'm currently doing a 6-week placement with university.
Yeah.
So I've been spending most of my time working in a local nursery in Cheltenham, like working in. But in my downtime, I've been mainly painting, and on Thursday, Star Wars Legion came out, which I've been really looking forward to, excited about. And it plays just as well as I thought it would, and the models are really nice, so
All right.
I'm really happy about that.
So what about it is like similar or different from like the regular stuff we play?
Okay, so instead of having the use of a tape measure, it's mainly done with what I nickname whippy sticks, the big red measuring sticks.
Oh
that you
yeah,
get
those
in
things.
core
Yeah.
boxes. They use that for range, and then movement is determined by a special like plastic stick that indicates the movement that things can go.
Right.
And it's only ever using like 3 different colors of dice.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're not constantly having to refer to a table. You know that a hit is always going to be a hit, or a defense is always a defense. You
Yeah.
need to figure out like, I have a defense of 3 and you have a strength of 4, so I hit on a 3+.
Okay.
It's just hit or don't hit.
So what you're saying is a laser could take out an AT-AT.
Yeah,
Oh,
there is that
yeah.
in this system actually, but they do have armor, so normal hits wouldn't be able to do that. Crits would be able to do armor.
Okay, that's fine.
So it makes it a lot harder to damage something unless you have like a rocket launcher that has a special rule that affects armor.
So what
Yeah,
we're saying,
objection withdrawn. Don't worry.
yeah. So what we're saying is Star Wars Legion, a brand new game designed by a dude in a shed, is more balanced and better designed than Warhammer 40k 8th Ed.
Yeah, I would actually agree. As much as I love 8th Ed 40k, I would agree with you there, Justin. It is really nicely balanced. Stormtroopers, as a bit of a gimmick, they can't shoot for shit.
Makes sense.
They roll the worst dice for shooting there is.
You're
Which
kidding.
I think,
That's
looking at one of them, has 1 crit marker and 1 hit marker on a d8.
Right.
So wait, do you have to have specific dice for specific units?
So you get a card with each unit that you have, and they come in the box that you buy, which is really nice. And that tells you everything you need to know about the unit, including what dice it rolls for its weapons. So, so I've got the E11 blaster here. It rolls 1 white dice for every person that's got 1. And
Okay.
the white dice are the worst, black at the middle, and the red dice are your best ones.
Huh.
And it just works that way. So you know that if you're rolling white dice, you might as well just look over in another part of the battlefield, because that's where your shots are going, not where you're aiming.
Okay. Actually, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I think this is about the most I've ever spoken on the podcast as well.
Podcast title: the one where Matt speaks the most.
the one where Matt gets over enthusiastic about Star Wars.
Don't
So-
worry, we can get Pauli to edit all this out. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's true.
That's too,
Um,
that's
Just
too much
add a
work
filter
anyway.
Or one of those taglines in the comments, like, if you want to skip Matthew's...
Bits. Here's the time stamps.
Does combat work the same then? It's just dice versus dice?
Yeah, pretty much. So you roll to hit someone. If you hit them, you figure out the shenanigans like cover and tokens and stuff like that. And then you roll defense dice. If you fail them, you get blatted to death.
Right.
Okay. I tried, guys. I
No,
tried,
it's alright. Just be aware of that, Matt, by the way. Let's see. Did you do anything else?
Not really. I've mainly been house sitting. I played a game of 8th Ed against you on Tuesday.
Yep.
Which
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
In a moment. In a moment.
Oh, in a moment.
Yeah,
Okay,
you just finish your bit first.
No, because you know we're going to forget about it.
No, I'm gonna remember.
I'm just spending most of my time painting. I'm painting my stormtroopers up to look like they're on Mustafar, and my rebels will be on Endor.
Right.
And that's all about it for me this week.
Okay. Schoolwork. Well, you got that bloody job anyway, so.
Yeah, I am working there.
Oh,
that bloody job.
Fairly busy.
Oh, we did watch JoJo as well.
Oh yeah, we have been watching JoJo quite frequently as well. That's been a laugh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the listeners can't see us doing our poses,
Oh, yeah,
Thank
of course.
God.
but they are there.
Sure. We'll go with that. Oh, that's what it was from. Anyway, who wants to go next?
Not me, I'm in a game.
Thanks, Jared.
Justin, then.
Justin. Oh, are you both in a bloody game?
Hey, don't lump me in with him.
I've just seen I've just seen one of
Oh
them
yeah,
go
you
on to
bloody
League of Legends, so-
idiots. Well, to be fair, you can
I mean,
keep yourself entertained with that, but anyway, you probably should
I'll-
contribute something.
I'll be
Yeah.
absolutely honest. I've got the Sims running.
Oh, so I'm the only one looking at the bloody news for the podcast.
I have tabs up, and when I die, I'll check them.
Don't worry,
Sure.
he does a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. I'm Quinn. It's great. Right.
Yeah, I can tap out at any moment.
Sure. So, Justin, what you do?
So,
Not a whole lot. Mostly been at work. Yeah, that's mostly it.
Okay.
So yeah, mostly at work. Been doing some more wedding planning,
Oh yeah.
chugging along through life, doing all this like grown-up stuff.
right, at
What?
least.
Or trying to.
Yeah, I was going to do more
Sounds
painting,
exciting.
but I don't have anything to like easily spray my models on to base coat them.
Right.
I was like, oh, I'll nab some gloves from work and like hold the model and spray them with that.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
I
trying to
keep
get my
doing
head
as well.
around the sentence of any of you three painting your models.
Oi!
Hey, I'm pretty good.
For a start, I've been doing things.
I paint my models sometimes.
Things.
So anyway, what
You've
did you
seen
do?
my stuff.
What have you been doing, Jared?
I have made significant progress on my 30k salamanders. Thank you
Oh,
very
good
much.
job. How's it
You've
coming
all seen the
along?
goddamn Facebook chat.
So
Justin, don't send me messages.
So how has it been going, Jared? Like overall?
It's been going. I will admit very slowly, but
Yeah, sure.
I've got everything up to a at least base coated level.
Sure.
Which for 30 tactical marines is actually fairly difficult to do.
Yeah.
Just
I'll
because
give you that.
trying to batch paint that much is insane.
Try
And
clan rats.
figuring-
That's a pain in the ass.
Figuring out a way to do it because I've got Forge World stuff.
Yeah.
Figuring out a way to do it without like sacrificing any of the model at all. Like you know, when you put a bolter on, you can't really access the parts behind it.
Yeah.
So trying to figure out how to do that.
So like
and-
making sub assemblies, but
Yeah, trying to figure out how to make a sub-assembly is just
you can just cut out there.
and wait.
Welcome to the
I
one
killed
where
Daniel.
we all critique everyone else's mics on the show.
Essentially,
Hey,
right.
mine
What I'm trying to
has
say is trying to do it as a sub-assembly.
Yeah.
And getting everything up to the base painting level is just well because you've got to like the amount of blue tacking I did in the
Yeah.
last week. I haven't done since I was I think 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a struggle, but I hope it pays off because
Oh, yeah.
now everything is silver, except for the arms. I still need to do the arms, but
Mm.
fucking. I figured out a way to do that though. I'm
Oh,
just going
did
to do
you?
that on the sprue and then
Yeah. All right.
blue tack over the parts that are going to be stuck onto the.
You cut out again.
There are plans. I actually didn't cut out. I just stopped talking.
Okay, did you? Just now you're just gonna do that when like just stop in mid sentence and just make everyone think you.
They're really just.
that,
We both
yeah.
did it, didn't we?
like that.
Oh,
You do
dear
anything?
God.
Do anything else with your week?
I literally today watched James the Giant Peach, and that is a film. Don't think is going to have as many dirty jokes in it as it does.
All right. But you just have to get to work. Anyway.
What?
Oh, I thought it's the bloody aunts who like tell James to work or whatever.
Oh, I thought
Yes,
you were
that is a
quoting Anna.
very obscure reference, but I applaud you
Okay.
for it.
Alright.
Oh, I thought you were just telling us off.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to get to the fact that I did work this week. So yeah,
I'm
but
just
other than
watching
that,
Jared play at the moment, and it's embarrassing.
shut up. Annihilation. I watched on Netflix.
Oh,
the other
I
morning.
finished watching it today as well.
Oh, did you? Okay, we can have a discussion about that because I thought
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Yeah, same.
Okay, cool. We're done. Right.
Nice. Talking of, has anyone seen the new Tomb Raider yet?
Nope.
No, I have not. I want to. I think.
I thought it was rather good for a game film, actually. It keeps to young Lara really well. I would have just preferred her to be a little bit more educated.
I know what my one problem I have with that movie is going to be.
Go on.
There are far too many pixels involved. She doesn't look right.
She needs triangular boobs.
Well, you know, you come to expect a certain standard, and when that is ignored, sort of removes the immersion.
To be fair, that's what they kind of did with the newer iterations of Lara Croft or whatever.
To be fair, the biggest question though is, does it beat the Angelina Jolie film? That's what we all care about,
That's
really.
Yeah,
very
it
hard
really
not
does.
to do. Though it did have Ian Glenn, who's Jorah Mormont in the second one, I think, or the first one. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I think it was
second
was it the second?
Yeah.
All right. Who the hell's the villain in the first one then?
No, it was the first one because the second one it's her ex, which is played by Jared Butler.
Oh yeah, that is the
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Gerard, but yeah, sure.
Jared.
Jared.
And you know, in the second one, no, the first one, no, it's the second one. Yeah, she rides a shark to escape
Oh,
the
of course she does.
temple.
Also, it's got Rimmer from Red Dwarf.
That's the point I was going to make.
It's like, why is he there?
Why not? We all love that butler.
Yeah.
We didn't lock him in the kitchen at all because he was scary.
Everyone's dead. What
Okay,
else?
just to give everyone an update on Jared's game of LOL, I'm just watching him fail utterly at farming, and he's currently on 1-2-0, so he's a negative impact on his team.
Okay, just going to put out here, you are so far behind. I'm now on 3-2-1.
Well, I will wait to see if that's believable.
I will put screenshots in the goddamn we need to make a Facebook page. That could be our thumbnail. Just shut up, Justin.
Alright then.
But outside of that, what did I do in my week?
Well, we could have the discussion about Annihilation now, if you like.
I just
We could go more into it than just it's not that great of a film, because I feel.
I mean, we could, but do we need to?
Well, we could go into details why, because that really usually you can, if you can back up your point by explaining it, it makes more convincing argument.
Okay, the ending was poor. I didn't understand half the characters' motivations and needless death scenes. And for some reason, gore. I never thought I'd have a thing about gore. 'Cause, you know, raised in the whole 2000 era means violence is like inbred into my DNA.
Sure.
It was just weird. Like, there's a certain bit in it where you just suddenly like, and I never thought I'd say this in my life, but like, did you really need to do that?
Hmm.
And I think you know the part I'm on about. No spoilers.
Yeah. So, what I think like the whole thing is like it gets revealed what the cause is for what the freaky thing is happening. Also, I just love the bloody stupid name drop of the movie at the climax. It's just.
Well, it's apparently I read into it because I thought it was that bad. I needed to see why it was. It's apparently a reference to the book and not the name of the film.
All right. Even though they share the same name.
Yeah, so spoilers for the book because people rarely read books these days.
Like the Americans.
The name of the film, exactly. The name of the film is a reference, and the line is a reference to this part of the film where the psychologist of the survey team has like hypnotized everyone with inbuilt commands. And annihilation is the word that's supposed to make the lead character kill herself. Despite the fact that hypnosis can't override that instinct.
I did not read into that in the film.
Not at all.
No.
And I didn't understand half the characters' motivations in the film.
What I guess they were like, the main character's motivation is, I'm gonna go and see what happened, so I'll maybe find a cure for my husband, I'm guessing.
Who she doesn't seem to like that much by the end of it.
She kind of like was probably taken aback by the fact that he doesn't recognize her or have the same like feelings, because he's pretty quite cold to her when he appears. and that probably
Yeah.
was the thing. One of them. Oh bloody hell, Paul! Paul, don't get on the podcast.
I sent a message to the Scuttlebutt crew saying, like, don't join if you don't want to fucking be recorded.
Let me think. One of them was she wanted to feel alive because she was, I don't know, just had something that because she cut herself, and to feel alive, and therefore I think she wanted to experience something, but then she kind of just goes off and dies on her own or something.
She turns into a freaking tree.
Oh yeah. Oh look, I have plants growing out of myself. Like the whole thing is just like DNA's going haywire, like being refracted, like light and radio signals for some reason, because of an alien.
That kind of makes sense-ish.
Yeah. Oh god, everyone's getting on.
Here they go.
Let me think. One of them was because her daughter had leukemia, and then that changed her as well. And then, well, actually, yeah, they're not.
But
they are not very strong motivations to be going on that death mission.
They weren't, and the way they died was just. Especially the lady that didn't seem to. So she was pretty well put together.
Yeah.
As a character, it's just like, oh, my kid died, so I don't really care about anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that kind of makes sense, sure. Oh, I'm gonna get killed by a bear. Ah,
And the maiden fair.
great. Yeah, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
That seemed like bad writing.
Mm.
If he's wearing a blue coat and a red hat, just tell him to fuck off. It'll be fine.
The monster was just pretty much like more of a what's it called, force of nature villain rather than a specific like agenda villain. I think.
I didn't understand what that whole scene was right at the end. to be fair.
I think it was the organism, because you kind of see before like it starts mimicking people for some reason.
Why did her husband just phosphorus himself? I didn't understand.
Because people go crazy when because you get like changed overall when you're in that area. So his body was changing and his mind was changing, and he couldn't take that. So he was like, "I'm out of here." And also, like, I feel like because he says, "I don't remember if you were me or I were you," that the thing started to imitate him, and then he kind of lost his mind by not knowing if he was the real one or not. And so he was like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill myself."
5 out of 10 overall.
So it's got a happy ending then.
Surprisingly, kind of.
I don't know if it's a happy ending. It's more of a ominous one.
Okay.
But anyway,
An ominously happy ending.
what I find weird is that it's got a full female cast, and no one went to see this film in America, which was why it went onto Netflix so early.
To be fair, the book had an all-female characters as well, so it's not like it was a big change they made.
No, not really.
It was just.
But it was
This
like
was,
something
the thing
decent,
with
but it
Natalie
wasn't
Portman,
decent.
wasn't
So, yeah. Sorry, Justin, I cut you off there.
Oh, this was the thing with Natalie Portman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. There you go. Now I know what we're on about. Pay attention, honest.
Okay. But
Oh,
let's.
you'll notice Justin has stopped critiquing my performance on League.
Yeah, the reason for that is I'm now in my own game.
Oh, damn it! I'm 6-2-2.
Oh, and I actually came off The Sims.
The main entertaining part here is Jared's playing on his own because he has no friends on LoL, whereas I'm playing with a 5-man team because they like me.
No, because I thought it'd be stupid to join other people. They might join the chat.
Yeah, this is the thing. I muted the new, because it's a new addition to LoL to have a chat straight in there.
Right. Oh yeah, they did that now.
Yeah, which works, which I'm surprised at.
Oh, well, how's your experience with it?
I I joined and I heard Ollie say words, and then I muted it because it was distracting.
All right.
That's about my experience with it so far.
So out of that discussion about that film, did you have anything else to add, Jared?
I just 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Done.
But did you do anything else, or did you want to move on?
Let's go on to your week.
Oh, all right. Let me see.
And with that, we'll move on to the next topic.
Let's see. So tried out Vermintide 2.
I did notice that. Is it any good?
It's like it's been a while since I've played like a Left 4 Dead game, and this one's like I find that the level length is pretty decent because you can kind of like hammer it out in like half an hour to 45 minutes if you're like know what you're doing and not getting killed by anything. What I also like find is fun is you can actually play it on Twitch, and in the Twitch chat can in a game mode Twitch chat can choose what happens. Like, do you get a health item or like a helpful item, or do you get like a bloody chaos spawn attacking you at this moment?
That's fun-ish. Scary.
Yeah. Letting
Fun-ish,
Twitch chat
scary.
dictate that stuff. So yeah. What else did I do?
I do appreciate games that incorporate that.
Yeah, it's always fun. Like bloody Jackbox games.
Oh, those are brilliant.
Domina is quite good as well
Oh,
for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Tried out Warframe again because I saw one of my teammates playing it and I was like, oh yeah, I backed that game when it came out. And it's like, I don't like it as much as Vermintide, but that's probably just because the whole gameplay is pretty quick. It's trying to be like Vanquish speed, which is by Platinum Games. Let me think what else about it. It's once again it's a game, and it's kind of got the MMO thing where the whole point is to acquire new items, replace the old items, and then become more powerful overall when time goes on. But if you like, because it's not got microtransactions, but it's got like you can speed these things up if you pay for it, because the whole thing is free to play as well.
All right.
Yeah. So if you start buying everything, you kind of defeat the purpose of the game because the whole point is to acquire new things. But if you buy them, you kind of defeat the point and kind of take out the enjoyment.
Yeah.
What else did I do? Oh yeah, let's talk about Aphid. My game about Aphid.
I was wondering whether you'd actually remember because you're like,
No,
oh,
I
remember.
Vehicle rules are bloody bullshit.
Here we go.
I'm sorry, Pauli, you were breathing on your mic. I didn't hear that.
Vehicle rules are bloody bullshit.
I think that is the general consensus with most people.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
No.
vehicles are
No, it's just like
And just to raise it, general consensus: vehicles are bullshit. Matt, which army do you play most in Aphid?
Yeah, I know. I'm an Imperial Guardsman.
And how
I
many
am the
tanks
guard.
do
I'm
you
not
take
the
in
Astra
two playlists?
Militarum. Say again, sorry.
You generally take more tanks than you take infantry squads. Just saying.
Depends if I'm playing the artillery pool or not, but yeah, sometimes.
There we go.
I don't have enough infantry to field yet. I need to buy more.
no, it's just like
But I'm a poor student.
no, that's fair enough. It's just like, oh hey, there's a artillery piece. It gets to overwatch me while I charge it.
Yeah,
that is
being
quite
able to
silly.
fire an ICBM 2 inches across the table and not take damage from it seems a little bullshit.
Oh, you're on about the Manticore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is quite silly. Be even funnier if it was the Death Strike. Death Strike? No. What's the
Yeah, Death Strike.
Death Strike missile.
Yeah.
Here, here's a miniature nuke. Oh, you're 2 feet in front of me. I think we hit them.
Silly things.
quite enjoy 8-Fed in the I know it's up for debate whether it's a simpler system or not, but I do quite enjoy it.
Alright. Otherwise, my 14-hour journey to Finland took most of my Saturday and into Sunday. Because I started the thing I caught the bus at 10 and then got to Finland, to my place in Finland my parents' place in Finland around 2:30 in the morning.
I can tell you exactly when it was because you messaged me. It was 2 minutes past 2 in the morning because you woke me up.
Okay. Enjoy. But yeah, I didn't get to sleep until like 5 or 6.
Oh, and then we've got daylight saving as well.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, my body thinks it's been up since 4 because I'd worked this morning.
Would be nice if, like, our Finland's proposition into the EU, that we get rid of the bloody daylight savings time goes through.
I would love that.
Because apparently it's a waste of time.
Yep.
Literally.
My bad, Justin. I completely forgot the clocks last night.
Yeah, I know. No, if nothing else, when I went to work on Sunday morning, went outside, it's like, it's daylight. This is quite nice.
Yeah.
I'm sort of in a good mood on the way into work. Get up this morning, get out, go to work. It's like, it's fucking dark. Oh, this sucks.
But anyway, no, I was going to make another musical reference, but I fought against it.
One piece of news that we haven't actually reached yet, but I'm going to say it now anyway because I just found it.
Yeah.
There is a new Start Collecting box coming out for Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did see that just now.
I didn't. Was it?
It's a succubus, a unit of witches, a venom, and 3 bikes.
That's
Looks
quite good, actually.
really fucking cool. I kind of want it.
It's okay. It's pretty much replacing the Raider, but it used to be in there, which means it's not as great.
But it looks better.
Yeah.
It looks better.
Sure. And it has probably, I don't know, it doesn't have as much use, but it's like -1 to hit it most of the time, I think.
But it looks better.
Yeah, alright.
Rule of cool, man. Rule of cool.
Sure. Yeah, well, to be fair, I use that rule when I'm doing my full list of Tau battle suits army.
No, you don't.
That was actually really fun. I enjoyed playing full suits.
I am 21 and 5, and my team keep trying to surrender.
Good times.
What he really means is he's 0, 21, and 5.
What else?
See,
do
it's not
I
objective.
pretend I know what any of that means.
Maybe play defense, guy. Oh, whatever. Right. Sorry, you were saying.
No, it was just that trying to keep yourself entertained for that long while you're on that journey, while you're sitting down trying to get somewhere, is pretty, I don't know, brutal. But it's like, can you be bothered to play on your phone enough to make that like that transportation business, not entertaining, but keep yourself entertained for that long of a time?
That's when you start a Pokemon Nuzlocke.
If you wanted entertainment, then.
Pretty much. I did get back into KOTOR on my phone because that thing's on there.
Yeah, buddy.
No, I'm like still on.
Yeah.
I'm still on Manan just because I'm trying to do all the Geno Harden missions, and that takes you like through the whole system again. And then because you don't want to do that after you beat you find the third Star Forge, because then that kind of locks you out of some content.
Yeah, it does. Oh, Fortnite and PUBG came out on mobile this week.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
They're trying to appeal to that hardcore mobile gamer crowd.
Well, to be fair, mobile's the most used platform at the moment.
Yeah, I thought PUBG was supposed to be quite visually intense for a computer to do.
No, it's more the size of the or it depends on what settings you put it on, I guess.
Yeah, true. Shall we get on to the news?
Is vehicle rules the only problem you have with 8th before we do that?
Oh yeah, wait a moment, I'm thinking.
Yeah, we've been meaning to cover this topic for like a month now.
Yeah, but then Justin couldn't make it for some episodes, and then was like, probably should have him on. Then
Don't
Jared
lump
wasn't.
this on me.
Then Jared wasn't
Yeah,
on
blame
for a
Jared.
while. But yeah, we got all the relevant people. Disaronly. Nah, it's alright. Love you, buddy. Anyway. What else? What did I not like about it? Or have issues with? No, I think most of the mostly it's fine. It's just like some because you can build some lists that just abuse control what's it called, command points. So you could be like me and have like 5 command points with my specific army that I wanted to try out, and because it's thematic and whatnot. And then be against someone who's built like 15 or more and then gets 1 back every single time they roll a 5 or 6 or something.
I wonder who would use that build.
Yeah, I wonder.
But so what I'm sensing here is people that play guard are the problem with 8th Ed.
I'll get my orcs done eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, nah.
Well, yeah, but
Never
other
mind.
projects came in. You got me to fantasy. You're to blame for that one.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with that. This Skaven are pretty cool.
Thank you.
Oh, we did also play 30k again.
Oh yeah,
you guys are getting back into that, aren't you?
Yeah, I would say we did a couple of games, but it was more we did a couple of Pauli wiping the floor with us.
Yeah, Iron Warriors are kind of devastating in the gun line list.
Yeah, that hurt. My Raven Guard did not enjoy that.
Beat down your Deradio twice in the first turn.
Yeah, with the exact same every time.
Yeah.
Fucking Siege Tyrant rockets.
What was it, the mortar things, or...?
No, Siege Tyrant rockets. Every time
ones,
I failed my 3 4-up cover saves and just died.
Oh,
How many hull points does it have?
3.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've been looking to bring my Alpha Legion back with me on next week. And
That'd be cool.
starting to repaint my Volca Fenrica as World Eaters.
Furries is less furry.
I might actually... I'm trying to decide what to do with my Cataphractic Terminator Praetor, because at the moment he's painted as a Sons of Horus guy, but I'm thinking I might change him to something else, but I'm not sure what. Actually, no, my World Eaters need a Praetor, so that's where it's going.
Because the World Eaters are going to be cool.
Hmm.
Always fun to watch something just scream and run across the...
The only thing I kind of need to add to it is just... Well, actually, I won Karn off on eBay recently for like 10 quid less than he is on Forge World. And so I just need to get Angron, and I'll just complete my whole thing. My list for him. Maybe another squad or 2 of... what are they called? Tacticals, but otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty much done with that army as well already. That's kind of like... But I'm like kind of...
There's an Angron going on eBay at the moment for like 50 quid.
Yeah, but that's like
That's rather good.
10 quid difference, and I would rather have a... Like, looking at some of the quality of it, like some of them I saw, which was like just broken pieces of. Well, not broken pieces, but like they're separated. I'd rather have like a clean start to it rather than having to repaint someone else's color scheme or glue damage.
Yeah.
Also, that kind of fills up my Forge World order since I want to get those Nazgul as well. Because the last last set of them came out.
We did Hobbit the other week, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Also,
that was fun.
Also fun.
Started off going really well for the elves, and then went badly for the elves.
Yep. Oh, I also found
I'll have to get my
I found Toriel and all my Haradrim and Easterlings and my Gandalf with his fingerless left hand.
Oh, nice.
I believe what's his face, Radagast is somewhere. It's probably in our place in town, but I'll take a look at that tomorrow.
He's looking for his Ruscabel rabbits.
Sure. Actually, that Rasabat chariot thing that Radagast gets is not as expensive I thought the model was gonna be. On
yeah,
but What else did I do? Or did I do much of else? Nah, not really. But shall we
You
move
went
on to the
drinking
news?
and appeared in my door frame, which was hilarious.
Ah.
Can I share that story?
Oh yeah, sure.
So it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock the other night, and I knew Pauli was out drinking with a social, but I didn't know what time he was going to get in. Next thing I know, whilst I'm just playing on a game, I heard this knock at the door, so I'm like, come on in. Pauli sticks his head round, nothing but his head round the door, and just goes, hey. It was the most obscure thing ever.
That's actually amazing.
Now, what really annoyed me was because I got up at 6 the next morning. I was like,
This
why?
is the morning that I had to wake you up.
Yeah, this was the morning you had to wake me up. But I was
Dude,
like
that's just
going.
poor planning.
I was going, but then I got stuff done, finished packing and everything at 7 or something. I was like, well, what do I do now? I got 4 hours to do nothing. So I'll take a nap. Matt will make sure I wake up on time, and then that was alright.
You can always rely on me as an alarm clock.
Yeah. No, it's just a precaution because one time in what was it? I was in Chiang Mai, China, getting back to go visit my parents in Hong Kong again. So I somehow I got the idea because I had been awake for a while and I wasn't feeling sleepy. I was all right, I'm just gonna wait till the morning and not sleep and then sleep on the plane, which was kind of a bad idea because I slept through my alarm or something, or somehow my alarm got disabled, and I woke up an hour late, and then I just had to catch another flight. Which, to be fair, was fine because Chinese, inter-China travel is pretty cheap. Well, cheaper anyway. But yeah.
So, let's just finish that game, as.
You had something to add, Jared? Or was that just a thing?
Not to add. One sec.
Just for the record, I still think we have way too many J's in our friendship group.
I just finished that
Alright,
game
yeah.
35 for 10. 35, 10, and 3.
Okay.
And the total number of kills on that team was 62. Quid.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we move
That
on
was
to the news?
Yes, shall we?
I was
No, let's find another distraction.
I was
in the news,
I wasn't on the internet.
Ubisoft publisher.
Right, Pauli first.
I was on the internet and I found this. Top Gear reference. Anyway, what did you find, Jared?
Ubisoft currently, I know, blah blah blah, bad Ubisoft, but they have a
Yes.
publisher weekend of up to 75% off on Steam currently.
Anything we would like to recommend from that selection?
Recommend. So they have the good Assassin's Creeds for maybe under £20 if you got all of them.
Yeah.
Number 2 is £3.47. That's the deluxe edition.
Yeah.
How we all like a deluxe edition. Assassin's Creed 4 is £7.99. Assassin's Creed 1 is £3.19.
Mm.
And depending on opinions, but Revelations is £6. So you can get the middling to good ones for under £20.
Speaking of deluxe editions, it was quite entertaining to see that Jim Sterling started talking about it on his on his YouTube channel. He did an episode on it, 2 weeks after we talked about it, or 1 week after we talked about it.
Huh.
That was interesting. Because there's more games apparently that don't have that bloody game in the deluxe edition or the collector's editions. But apparently it's EA who started this, so surprise, surprise, it's them.
I would fucking blame them.
South Park Fractured But Whole is also on sale. I have not beaten it yet, even though I've been meaning to. I think.
How much is it?
Oh, it's 20 quid at the moment.
I know, 22.05. Yes, please.
Assassin's Creed Origins is also on sale.
Meh.
Apparently, For
I've only
Honor.
played.
Sorry,
No, I've only played one Assassin's Creed game. So
Which
I played
one?
Brotherhood.
oh, okay, that was probably the best one.
But I think I played it, and loads of people have said it's probably the best one that they've done.
Yeah,
And all the way through it, I was like, "Oh, this is really good." And then I finished it, and I've never once wanted to replay it or play another Assassin's Creed game since.
all right.
Which one did you say?
Brotherhood.
And it just sort of leaves you there. It's like I don't feel like I've gained or lost anything by this. It was just
Yeah,
a thing that happened.
no, they were like really
Was
big
Brotherhood?
at that one point. Oh, South
Was
Park
Brotherhood the
is the one after
That
the
was when they
second
brought
one.
out multiplayer.
Yeah.
before 3 though? I imagine.
Yes. And before Revelations.
Right. I don't even remember this. I'm that good.
Oh my god, a game I've played that Jared hasn't.
Uh,
No, I played it.
Finally did it, people.
just forgot
I
about
just
it.
don't remember it at all.
It's the one with the Borgia and the Pope and.
Oh.
No, that.
That wasn't actually
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. South Park: The Stick of Truth, however, is like £6.74, so that's also a good time if you're a fan of that game, that series and TV series and games. Anyway.
Watch Dogs 2 is also on sale. Some money.
Yeah. So Steam, if you ever feel like it, pay us. Or Ubisoft, or anyone really. Anything? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, is there any other actual news?
There's
I
a
think
whole
you can
bunch.
spend money on.
Well, I know spend money wise. Let me think. Was there anything? Not really. Unless you want to bring something up right now.
You're okay.
All right, then I'll just move
Apparently, it's been a pretty good week for video games, according.
on. According
Polygon.
to what you just cut it again, or did you just have another pause?
According to Polygon.
Okay, yeah.
So, Attack on Titan 2 is coming out this month. I think.
I
Or
thought
has it just been announced?
I thought it came out or something.
Yeah, it came out 5 days ago.
Yeah, that's nice.
The first one was very good.
Did you actually play
I
it?
haven't actually seen much of Attack on Titan 2. I watched. Well, I think I had a go at it, but I
Yeah.
also I saw somebody play it very well.
Sure.
That's all the.
Played it well, can guarantee it wasn't Jared.
So yeah, that's.
That's all.
I
you
mean, I
have
don't
to
know if it
say.
follows along for the derailed storyline
Mm.
of Attack on Titan, but
It probably does.
then it could be because they've gone Nazis for some reason.
Everyone's got
Nazis on the moon.
We're not doing that.
Oh,
But
by
I
the way,
think we should play Sea of Thieves because that looks great.
apparently it's not that great
Never mind.
because Polygon gave it like 6.5 if you look at it.
Sea of Thieves. I'm literally on Polygon.
Yeah.
The WAP multiplayer pirate adventure may be the funniest game we've ever played.
Okay.
6.5 out of 10. What?
What was it? Oh yeah, you know how I sent that video about the Finnish multi-Python group earlier today?
Oh, the one that I didn't watch.
Yes, that's the
Yes.
one.
Yep.
They had this one bit where they have a music quiz for people to find out, to like guess what country a certain piece of music is from. So they put some like full like really Jewish looking people with the hat and the bloody frilly sideburns and whatever you call it, and they put him in a box like just for because you put into an isolated box to listen to the music, and they start going Deutschland, Deutschland, and then they have a music video accompanying it with it, and there were just Nazis parading around and doing funny things. I might link it to you later on, but yeah, that's the context of that video. The other one that I want to put up. But yeah. Star Wars Battlefront 2's progression system is getting has gotten an update that's like completely
Yeah.
revamping the whole thing.
Played that on Thursday. It's odd.
They're
Is
pretty
it
much being,
now, however much money you put into it, that's your level?
I put in a whole level.
No, it's we are gonna give up on trying to pay, get you to pay buy stuff. So we're just gonna give the heroes for free.
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason I held out. Now I
was
can jump into it and just like eat up all the free shit.
mm,
Maybe.
All the heroes are free. There are no more crates. Those seem to have vanished
Yeah.
at the moment.
you trade
But you
experience
use,
points for skill
credits.
points in multiplayer, which you can then spend on star cards to unlock and upgrade characters, weapon, ships, and class in linear fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the change. They've taken the bloody stupid progression system that was making everyone upset anyway.
All right.
I talked about this last week, but do you
No
want
one
to say
was
something, Jared?
Apparently, Far Cry 5 has a secret ending that you can find in the first 10 minutes of the game.
Oh no, that's been known for years. Oh wait, that new one.
Far
Never
Cry
mind.
5.
I was thinking of the number
Descent
4.
of the Himalayas had a secret ending.
I was like, Far Cry 5, didn't it just come out like a week ago?
No,
That's the one with
I was thinking of number.
religious cult, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the number 4, where you, if you like stay at the table when the main villain goes away, he just sends you away, and that's the ending. Like first
yeah,
couple of
you
minutes.
enjoyed the crab rangoon.
Yeah, that's the guy. Anyway,
Okay, so apparently in this one, if you don't cuff a dude, like the inciting incident of Far Cry 5's greater conflict never takes place, so it just stops.
yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
That's
Is
cool.
that deliberate or is that a design flaw?
Oh, no, that's deliberate. Apparently the credits just roll. Look.
No, it's fine. No, well, like
Oh.
Nier Automata had a whole bunch of those like endings when you didn't do what was like expected of you, and then just like flashes through the
Can't like
credits
that.
really quickly, and then you end up in the same place.
You wasted our time developing this game. Congratulations.
I talked about this last week, but Geralt's gonna be in Soul Calibur 6 from the Witcher series.
Hard pass. Soul Calibur is never been
You
a
cut out.
controversial opinion.
Oh,
Hashtag.
okay.
I think I
Wait,
played
did
it
I
once.
cut out?
You did for a little bit, but we got the gist of what you said.
Unfortunately.
Oh, Soul Calibur bad. Hashtag controversial opinion. Yeah.
Sure. No, I've just been getting into more fighting games these days again for some reason, and that kind of gets me.
Probably because you've been playing fighters.
There is that. And then, yeah. Moving on. There's a Westworld mobile game that could use more characters from the show, and could do more than just be a bloody sim kind of game. Because apparently, currently, it's just like a straight up a park, roller coaster tycoon type of thing.
To be fair, those games were actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not actually upset about a roller coaster tycoon game coming out.
No, but I'm like based on the Westworld TV show, which means it could have more things to do with uncovering more stuff that's going to happen in the new series that's coming out soonish.
Is
Okay,
that good or bad?
it's all right. It's not well. There's potential to do better.
Yeah, but like all those other tie-in games that was it Defiance and Quantum
Break.
thing or other Quantum Break, like they did so well trying to merge the whole TV and game thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they sucked.
Yeah, it's really.
Go ahead, do your own thing, game. Like
I'm a little bit surprised that a Finnish company did Quantum Break. Well, Remedy did that, and they're a Finnish gaming company. I was just surprised how they just want to put so much effort into making that TV series.
yeah, but well, now they're finished, so don't worry about it.
Moving on. Have you heard of this game called The Council?
Nope.
Apparently, it's a very
And I
it?
say in that.
it's a very
poorly written.
heavily it's a very heavy dialogue mystery game that like it what's the word I'm looking for? It claims to have the most like choices being meaningful in your gameplay. So like
Okay.
for some reason
They will remember
George Washington the president of the United States, George Washington, appears in it, which is a little weird, but anyway, it's supposed to be a historical.
Seems logical.
It's supposed to be a historical
Bit?
narrative mystery thing.
Well, that kind of makes sense then, I guess. But is it going to have more choices that matter than tyranny? Like that's a benchmark.
Yeah, true. Well, this does it with also voice acting. Well, more voice acting than Tyranny had or any of those games do, because well, one, you have so much more text, so you don't really want to use voice actors for that. Where in this, it probably helps with the immersion and whatnot. But yeah, because it's also a 3D, third-person 3D, so you play as a young French aristocrat trying to find his mom on this island that's having a party or some kind of gathering.
orgy.
So you start the game of surrender.
And then you end up meeting George Washington.
Yeah. Who apparently is
Okay.
part of the secret order, but Oh, and Napoleon's
A secret
there.
order of Frenchmen.
Oh yeah, young Napoleon
okay.
is there apparently as well.
Now I have real questions.
This game is amazing.
We probably should have a playthrough of this, because just for the shenanigans we can get up to.
Yeah, we should, to be fair.
Yeah. We'll
We
take
still need to do that playthrough of Undertale.
Yeah, and finish Jade Empire.
Do the second episode of Agenda.
I'll put it up at some point. We can probably beat Undertale pretty quickly. And there's a kind of a gimmick I want to do with that as well, but we'll discuss it when I get back.
Okay, secret, nod.
Wink, wink.
You
Say no
three
more,
on
say
the
no more.
week of the April the 2nd at any point.
I mean, isn't that next week?
Yes.
Okay, that's the weirdest way I've ever seen anyone ask, "Are you free next week?"
I like
probably
how,
at some point I'll have an evening after
Sure.
this.
I like how you see words.
You know what?
might have synesthesia, you don't
Synesthesia is a real condition, and you shouldn't make fun of it.
I'll do what I like.
Problem is, Jared doesn't have that. He's just Welsh.
I just shut up.
So just shut up.
Moving on.
Yes. please.
Unreal Engine's has a new thing about its real-time graphics with like reflections and having a very human-looking character. And
Is it human?
Yeah, well, it's very close to it. It's a 3D model of a human, female, and it looks fairly lifelike, more than like other ones usually have. And Andy Serkis has a thing about him acting and future-proofing acting because of the amount of motion. Well, it's not motion capture; it's motion acting. He likes to call it, I think, or something. That shows
mocap.
how it's not motion capture, because that implies you're capturing a performance. Motion acting is more like you're doing a performance, and then that helps with.
So they act and do the lines and all that.
Well, yeah, and that helps with like the animations and getting like very lifelike facial animation and whatnot.
Wait, is he worried that?
Now, well, Andy Serkis usually has been touting going. Well, actually, I did see this video of Andy Serkis and having him side by side with a 3D alien character, and it is very like what Andy Serkis has been saying, because people get the implication of motion capture that the machine is doing most, like the programming is doing most of the work while the actor is there as a stand-in, and he goes and proves that it's very much like the acting ability that also contributes to the overall product, rather than it being very heavily on the machine side of things.
It's on the other side of that argument.
Well, some people do. Well, because motion capture implies that you're capturing motion, and therefore the machine is doing the work rather than the individual who provides the action.
Who would think that?
There are people who think that.
There are idiots. And
yeah, I know. Exactly. That's what.
Oh, he's just a machine's doing it. Well, no, the machine is capturing his motion. Yeah, but the machine's doing most of the. No, he's moving.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make sense.
No, there's people who just think that because it's animation, therefore the machine is doing the whole of it, rather than there being a whole process with the actors.
All right, but there are 30% of Americans who believe that angels are real as well.
Yep.
Oh, angels are real. Have you seen Emma Watson?
Also,
Would literally be the first person to argue against that claim.
Also, like 50% or something think that the Civil War was fought over state rights rather than slavery. But yeah.
What?
U.S. Civil War.
I mean, there were a lot of different reasons why the Civil War happened, but slavery was the principal one.
Yeah, exactly. And then people think that it was less to do with slavery than it was with state rights, apparently. But anyway, moving on. Yeah. World's a weird place. Oh, but speaking of Unreal Engine and Epic, they gave away all the $12 million worth of assets on the Unreal marketplace for free.
Huh.
Wow.
So I was hyped for this because it will really help with my independent research project practical side. Because free assets.
And all the other
yeah.
gaming you're going to do.
Well, the game level I had to do for my practical side, because I did the theory and I had to apply that theory in an actual game level, and making assets for that level is too time consuming. I'd rather do like applying the theory with shall we call assets puzzle pieces, and then making that whole image with the pieces rather than having to make the pieces myself. Yes.
That's confusing.
An analogy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm glad you're happy, Pauli.
Yeah, sure. Let me try that again, okay?
Smile and wave, boys.
So,
smile and wave.
It takes me less time to make my own assets than it is to get assets that are high quality for free, and then be able to use those assets in my game level.
So what you're saying is you're over-asseted.
Sure. Anyway.
Oh, I have a topic point.
Sure.
Right. What races would you guys like seen added to the 40k universe in terms of playable armies? So, like, what do you think would make a great playable army that they haven't done yet, from existing fluff or new stuff? Headcanon it if you want.
So, like, you could, like, the race could not exist yet, but kind of what the feel you want from it.
Yeah, so like, just give us broad generic terms. You don't have to make a name or anything like that. Just
because I can't remember the races from the Horus Heresy books because it's been such a long time.
Well, Justin, yeah, that's the one I was going to say. Justin is of that opinion.
Oh no,
I think that's a great idea.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
I
that is
would
true.
love some mega arachnids.
Mecha-arachnids and Tyranids on steroids.
I'd love some. I know you said they wouldn't work, but I think you potentially could work it so they're not overpowered. Some Parud.
Well, I think it would be cool to see them, but they would end up being overpowered because they kind of have to be. They literally distort time. And
Well,
that's
yeah,
what
but we
kills
always thought that an army of custodies would be having to overpowered as well, and yet they're
They
not
are.
terribly overpowered.
people. Kind of are.
All right.
Have you played against them in 30k yet?
That answers that.
I have not actually. Yeah, no, sorry. 30k, no. 40k, which is what I was talking about. Yes, and they were
They're
fine.
still pretty damn strong.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, but they're not overpowered. There are
Well,
ways
no,
to
they're not.
counter.
I think I'd like
They're
to
not
see the
guards.
crew get their own army.
They used to have one.
They
I think
they
the
are.
crew would be
They have
really
like.
cool.
Oops.
They have 7 units, dude. Like they're fine.
No, they used to actually have their own army list. It was awesome.
And they also have 7 units in the game that they kind of don't count.
Count.
Okay.
If they can't count, they just have to eat someone who can count, and suddenly they can count.
Sure. Just trying to think of what
What
I would
about
like to see. We're getting Plastic Sisters next year.
Yeah, we are. About fucking time.
some Kuwall would be cool? Oh, we're off that topic.
No, we're still talking about it, but I'm just trying to think of what I would like to see.
We're ambling around the whole Warhammer topic now.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Plastic Sisters kind of already have an army.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, but these are going to be like the first new models for Sisters in a very long time.
Yeah, well, there was just that one that came out.
They're already in the game.
She doesn't count.
Yeah, I know.
A Canoness does not count as a new range.
No. But shall we move on, because it seems we're kind of meandering at this point.
Can do. What do you lot think about the new fish elves?
You mean the ones made by Teclis?
Yes, Teclis
Yeah.
is Deepkin.
Tomb King flops.
Wait, what?
Wait, Teclis is Tomb Kings, isn't he?
No,
No.
Teclis was High Elves.
Oh, okay.
Teclis is the high elf that became a god for doing nothing good.
No, he's a High Elf that became a god for basically turning the old world upside down and stripping out magical power to try and win a war that he lost. Because Manfred is a dick.
The only key point of that was he lost and yet still attained godhood. That doesn't seem like a very cool thing.
It says
Well, you know.
that they're a mistake. That they're a mistake that he made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A mistake?
he tried to remake elves at their noblest and ended up making the Deepkin.
What a mistake to make.
Cool bit is Deepkin apparently have no eyes, the elves, which is something they were saying was only going to happen when Tyrion was around.
Weird. Not too fussed about the models myself.
Oh
like the
yeah, no,
turtle.
the models in turtle. Oh shit. The turtle and the Sharky cavalry dudes look great. Crockpot boy can go 2-1. Like honest god.
I don't really like the Sharky cavalry things. They kind of just look like flying worms, which, you know, kind of what they're meant to, but it does just look like a flying
They are
worm.
literally eels. Like you could call an eel a swimming worm. Like,
Yeah, but these ones fly because they're little fly stones.
yeah, what is? Are they flying? Are they swimming? Do you have to be aquatic for this army to work? What's going on there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
For some reason, I feel like the archer guys look like vampires rather than elves.
They are very pale, aren't they?
Yeah. Also
I-
have no hair. So.
They are straight up just. They're dark elves. Like they look like failed dark elf units.
Well, I thought this was going to be a Dark Elf army, but apparently not.
Nope. Also, we're getting some raw magic stuff from Nagash's Malign Portents event or whatever.
Yeah, he's fucking everything over, isn't he? He's torn
Again.
pretty much reality apart.
Oh yeah, this boy's got a fucking like profile now.
Track record.
There is sort of the point where you just think maybe they should just put it down.
No, he got now.
Skaven tried. We tried our best.
Yep, nobody can have a go at the Skaven. They really did try to kill the old world.
Yeah, they blew up the moon.
Yeah.
They turned the lizardmen into spacefarers.
They turned the lizard men into order demons. Like, how much do you have to kill a fucking army to turn them into order demons?
So I'm guessing none of you played Zone of the Enders.
What?
It's Zone of the
What?
Enders was a PlayStation 2 game by Konami, developed by Kojima. It's a mech game. Anyway, it's getting another remaster on the PlayStation 4 and PC.
Oh, I miss MechWarrior.
It's coming in September, but it's been delayed.
That was a good game. That was an underappreciated game as well.
Anyway, that was my little thing about that. Magic the Gathering's got a new PC game in closed beta called Magic the Gathering Arena. Apparently, it's intuitive and addictive.
Oh, good.
So they basically just took Magic the Gathering and
made it more like Hearthstone,
electronic.
or made it more interesting like Hearthstone. Well, visually anyway. Oh, by the way, I talked up. I think I can't remember if I mentioned Horus Heresy Legions, which is the new card game, video game on iOS and Android. It seems like they really tried to go with like the Hearthstone kind of thing.
Yeah, it's incredibly similar to Hearthstone. I played about 2 hours of it, I think.
Yeah.
Did quite well, leveled everything up past the story, started beating people's face on the internet, and then realized that I have to fucking pay to get extra warlords and stuff, and I was like, I'm out.
You don't have to pay for warlords to come out in crates, which you get money for going into arena.
I never. Apparently, I didn't have that function.
I'm picturing the job description of the guy that has to force Angron into a crate.
I mean, he probably gets hazard pay, like very lucrative hazard pay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I found the poster from like one of the White Dwarves with the Angron on him. That was kind of like, yay, found him. But anyway, yeah.
The artwork on the cards I like because it's basically all just Horus Heresy stuff.
Yeah. I got a free 1,100 gold because I signed up to because the first 1,000 who played the game and also got on their website and put their email in got that, which was like, yay, free monies to play this
Everyone
game.
likes free money.
Well, it wasn't really free money, it was them letting me get more crates for free. But yeah, I've been enjoying that. It's a fun distraction for a little bit. But I'm like, I got all like the base heroes. I'm still yet to get like any first captains or primarchs from a box.
I killed Fulgrim, which I felt pretty good. Like as Garviel Loken, I was pretty proud about that.
No, yeah, I've beat Horus with a whole bunch of characters. I can't remember which ones. But you got the
War Master of Chaos.
Yeah.
The bitch.
But kind of interesting is also they kind of copied the arena from Hearthstone into whatever it's called in the Legions. I can't remember what it's called. But you get a ticket from a crate, and
that's literally
you don't actually pay for it to get into the arena. Well, you do. But anyway, you get, instead of like you choosing the cards and the hero, you get to pick the hero and then you pick a deck that's been pre-constructed, and then you have to choose like what's the most optimal of the two, and then you fight out between loyalists and traitors to see who wins at the end of that time frame. You have that like event. Really annoys me that the loyalists have started to win now.
Because loyalists are better.
Well, to be fair, Angron is a very strange card where he has to attack every single turn, but he's got more health, 10 more health than the regular guys. And he's got 1
Fulgrim
point.
Also has 10 more.
Yeah, well, all Primarchs have 40, all first captains have 35, all the base level guys have 30. But
like, considering Garviel has been confirmed to be a Grey Knight son of a bitch, it annoys me that he's just on 30, and I'm just like, oh.
Well, they have
to
to.
Be fair, he's not a Grey Knight son of a bitch yet.
Well, anyway, it's probably from before he makes it to Terra or whatever. during the
Drax.
Isvan massacre. So I'm guessing it's from that time they're thinking about it.
Yes, it is. But it's
You cut out there.
a little bit annoying.
Okay.
About that.
Yeah.
Loken's entire thing is he's basically he's a very good space marine and all that, but he's nothing massively special. And then he does become uber special when he gets the Emperor's genetic code, like, neat to turn him to a Grey Knight.
Yeah, but like, I just like Loken, alright? Like, he was the best part of the books. He was the best part of the Sons of Horus, like the entire freaking Legion.
Why did the Sons of Horus then?
Because everything else about the Sons of Horus sucks. It was just Loken I liked.
I
Well,
got
okay,
his
take him as
model,
a
but I
knight.
gave him a helmet, so I'm just using him as the either.
Or the Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys confuse me.
Well, the Or's dead,
that's
so you
another
just got
point.
the either, so it's fine.
Yeah, but he's now all like Punisher Batman style because he's cranky his friend died.
Yeah.
Has he got a boo-boo or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
kiss
on
it
to.
better.
Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I was just saying he should kiss it better.
Okay. Anyway, in other news, Pornhub has been touted as a real possible YouTube alternative.
I'm sorry, wait, what? I'm so happy I've got headphones in because everyone in this house probably would have heard that otherwise.
Well, that was your choice. Because
What's the
YouTube,
point?
YouTube's been cracking down on hate speech, bullying, conspiracy theory videos.
What? Pornhub's not.
And it looks like anyone else, then it's like, oh, we can't do that on YouTube. Let's go to Pornhub then.
Oh, so the right wing has moved into.
Well, it's all the gun people and whatnot, because they're not allowed on YouTube anymore. Well, not allowed, but they're being selectively banned. But anyway.
That's actually quite
I've
funny.
got such a problem with that, but oh wait, no, I don't.
Yeah. Well, it's just a little weird. And maybe perhaps newsworthy.
I would say so.
Alright. Moving on. Yeah.
Does anyone know where they landed on that whole Trump hates the video?
No, I can't remember. They kind of lost their traction once they unlisted their video of like all the violent video games show real. No one's gonna talk about
On
this.
I didn't really get what you're on about.
So Trump and the White House released a video with all kinds of violence in video games in order to get some kind of discussion or legislation going to ban or like to point fingers at video games being the cause of violence or gun violence in the US.
So basically, Trump's still trying to draw attention away from the fact that he wants to bang his daughter.
Okay, I didn't expect that sentence to go that way. Yes.
Yay, we got political.
Yeah, we said we wouldn't do this.
He started his attack on the the video game industry. He can get fucked.
It's also fun how
Yeah, the attack on the video game industry is an attack on us.
Exactly.
it's fun
Don't
how
fuck with the video game industry.
it's
To
also
arms, everyone to arms. Oh wait.
it's also fun that that video show reel of violence didn't have guns at all. It's all like melee stuff and torture scenes that are not supposed to be taken as glorified action scenes.
Oh, did they do the whole Call of Duty airport scene? Because
Yeah.
that would be the.
That was the only one I think they had.
I mean, that does involve guns, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's the only one they kind of could have said, but
But yeah, but the action scenes in that were literally like they gave a warning at the start of the video game
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, this is bad." Like,
yeah, but no one remembers. Well, anyone
Pepperidge
who
Farm remembers.
So Devil Joe came out in Monster Hunter this week, I think.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That thing is evil.
Apparently, it beats, it destroys other monsters or something. Oh yeah, it just grabs.
Yeah, so
It bloody just grabs the really small hunt monsters. It's just ridiculous.
Well, like Great Jaguars or
Yeah, and whatever the bird thing's called. It also bloody
Cuckoo?
yeah, the cuckoo. Also bloody it can bloody grab Odagaron and just thrash it
Really?
around. Yeah, I'm looking at the video at the moment.
Oh,
And
God.
also like just neck bites Diablos and then suplexes it. Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, this is the first time I don't know what the fuck anyone else is on about.
It's because they're talking about something weird.
Monster Hunter. Okay.
Monster Hunter.
I stand by my statement.
All right. Let's go into more Warhammer news. New codexes are...
Forgebane got released.
Oh yeah, it did. Any thoughts about it?
I have yet to buy it, but I want to.
I'm still surprised at the number of the armature suits I'm seeing pop up in all those sort of painting groups,
Yeah.
and the complete lack of any discussion about them that I've seen anywhere. Everyone's still like, these things are amazing. It's like, in what way? What about them? What's cool? Anyone going to talk about them?
I still have no idea what the points values are on them. I know it's around about 240, but that's just guesswork at this point.
Yeah.
Well, the three next codexes are Imperial Knights, Harlequins, and Deathwatch. That's been confirmed. And it makes sense to have the Armigers at this point.
Yeah. And Dark Elder and Necrons are both out soon.
Oh, and that new knight looks like
Well,
fucking...
Necrons are this week.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that new knight. Those shoulder guns and stuff.
Well,
actually looks pretty cool.
It's a mini warlord.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And I'm okay with that because it's plastic and therefore less than £1,000.
And 40k is trying to get on that what's it called? Army Builder app chain or bandwagon.
I love that they just don't reference the competing company that's been doing it better.
It's called the War Scroll Builder. Ha 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 ha.
This is something that you've been waiting for a long time, and you just go, no, Battle Scribe.
This is something we've had for a long time. You guys missed out on.
Yeah, you should have realized that the digital age wasn't going to go away.
Oh yeah. Also, did you guys do you think with Warhammer Chronicles or Legends, as it's now known?
Yeah.
Basically, old school fantasy. They're going to be re-releasing War Scrolls and all the models for the old heroes, starting with Dark Elves.
Does that mean I might get a Treach Craven Tail?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the thing.
Oh, I need that.
But more and more do they seem like they're backpedaling from
backing down. Yeah.
What they were doing.
Yeah.
Which I find hilarious.
Yeah, I do too. It's like, oh, we made a mistake.
We released a game. Everyone wanted the other one still.
Yeah.
We will not release that one again.
Oh, they brought out the new ring wraiths.
Yeah, they did. That was my next point.
Oh, beat you to it, Pauli. Beat you to it.
We covered that earlier.
Well, I mentioned it, but I was going to talk about it more now.
Can't one teleport?
No, both the Abyssal Knights, which is the two same-looking guys, they can choose. One of them can choose to teleport to the other one in. I can't remember if it was priority phase or the movement phase. So, like, you could have a two-pronged attack, and then like have them at opposite ends of the table, and then decide, oh, I need to support that side more, and just teleport the other one in there.
Okay.
Then
I thought they were going for a whole character thing, though. Why didn't they make the last two characters? Like,
they
are characters.
Yeah, they are.
Basically, the way they've done the Nazgul is they've given them each an identity, but two of them are both Abyssal Knights.
And two of them are both, what's it called? Slayer of Men.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only because the Hobbit movie had two pairs as well. And they're just copying the armor design from that movie.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that they repeated it twice. Designed twice for some characters for some reason. which is very annoying. I found annoying, and I didn't understand that the first time when they came out with these models. No one wants to talk about it? Okay.
I was thinking.
Sure.
Careful there.
We also got Hilda, Bianca, and Percy, which are the Lake Down heroes.
I love
everyone's
how-
been waiting for those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how Percy in the rules is a really good archer buff, and he's really good at like improving your archers and being an archer. And in the movie, he's literally just told to take the archers somewhere, and that's it.
Wait, he was
rest
actually
of
in
the
the
time-
film?
Yeah, he
I
was.
didn't even notice.
He's the guy where Bard goes, Percy, take the archers to the west wall. The rest of you, come with me. And that's it. You then see him later on with a sword and not a bow. And Hilda's the one that has a go at no, not Bard.
Alfred. Yeah.
Alfred, that's it. Just a little wretch of a man.
Oh, Black Library's got a
You're
new
the
writer
buffer,
as
Andy.
well.
Oh?
Yeah, a new female writer, Danny Ware.
Where's she from?
I don't know. Apparently, she's been a gamer for 30 years. Started D&D in uni. Actually, we probably should have talked about D&D, but anyway.
We're all dead because of Jared.
Mm.
Yeah, well, fuck you guys. You should have done better.
Although,
Well,
I went down fighting. unlike
I
the rest of you.
went down trying my best to throw people under the bus to buy me more time on the clock.
That was the best move I've ever seen, by the way.
I
Yeah.
feel I died heroically in that campaign.
I
that
actually
was-
did damage to the main scary people, so F you.
No.
Yeah, and I made 2 of them fall in love with me, and I was going to do the 3rd, but no one was helping me deal with the many, many things.
I was dead.
I was lying on the floor.
So you were just on your knees begging.
I'm amazed how long I lived through that.
I'm not.
Because you were broken as fuck, dude.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, vampire warlocks are really quite broken. I did also realise, not only did I forget that I regen health during that, so
Yeah.
I would have been fine. I also forgot my curse, which would have made it a lot easier to kill those big things.
I also forgot that I was a werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think really we should ask Shannon to do that fight again, just so we can.
Nah, she
No,
would
what
never
we should
let
do
us.
is ask somebody to do the questions so that we can figure out who's got what. 'Cause who hasn't done the questions?
I have done the questions.
I haven't answered where we are because I can't even remember.
Yeah, neither
Well,
did
then,
I. I just
well,
made
So
up one.
just say you can't
So
remember.
just say then. Like,
Or just throw something like the land of I can't remember because my notes are not here.
Has anyone actually gotten one of these right yet?
I got a half.
One right.
I got a half answer on the Sisters of Fate because I just said the 3 sisters.
I
the
said,
pictures that killed me for that one.
I said
Yeah,
the
I-
madams.
Okay.
I
No,
was
I
going to
got
say
the-
the 3 sisters, but because it was in the question, I thought that was a bit
I
like.
think she was trying to
Not
trick
much,
you
it would
not
be
to
right.
think like double guess yourself. But anyway.
Yeah, I went for the triumvirate.
Mm. To be fair, though,
One
I was thinking of the Norn
It's
queens
just
because they're
Scotland.
quite similar. But anyway,
Norn Queen.
Norn, yeah. But that's what the Tyranids are. What are the brood mothers are named after anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we get to our email?
Yes, we have an email.
We have.
We have an email from Brodo.
Hey.
He says, "Hi all. I usually start off my emails with some croaky spin. I'm foregoing that trend on this occasion as I'm legitimately concerned about your host. I've just finished listening to what I can only describe as a one-man show, where Pauli, he spelled this Powlee. Thanks, it's spelled Pauli. But anyway, he has no idea how to spell my name. Talks to himself. It didn't help. I visualized this as a man sat on the floor of a darkened cell in a straitjacket, talking to a mirror.
To be fair, that's not far off.
Uh,
I mean, I did come up with a theory that he just stuffed pillows and stuck a picture of our faces on each one.
with that imagery in mind.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for the whole Robinson Crusoe fucking volleyball thing.
That wasn't Robinson Crusoe. That was Castaway.
I think he called the ball Robinson Crusoe, didn't he? Oh no, it was Wilson.
Yeah, it
Damn
was Wilson. Anyway.
Shit.
Yeah, Brodo, don't worry. We have turned Pauli off and back on again, and he seems to be working fine now.
I can still play with madness. Anyway, let's see.
I can play.
Oh, good, you got off there, so we don't have to censor that.
We don't get flagged for copyright.
Anyway, with that imagery in mind, it made for one of the most thrilling yet psychologically unnerving podcasts I've ever listened to. I hope he's okay. If Pauli still talks to himself on a regular basis, you may want to consider referring to a specialist and talk about any issues. I'll talk through any
Oh, we
issues.
just trade him in for another one.
No. Anyway, assuming more than one person turns up next week, I have a question. You start off the podcast referring to your names and roles, not this time because I didn't want to. What drew each of you?
Okay.
What drew each of you to those said roles? Do you always play support/tank/DPS on all MMO games? And do you have any stories of a time you utterly and abysmally failed in your chosen role or class in-game? So like in dungeons, raids, or matches? I've attached a brochure of a charity that can help Pauli should he consider he still cause some concern to you all. I haven't, but it would be amazing if I did. Love you like children racecourse goers love tweed, Brodo.
Can I kick this one off?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, contrary to what Pauli gave me as class system last time, I actually play tank quite often.
No, that was just me coming up with things because I was like, gotta come up with something.
I don't think when I've played tank, though, I've ever really failed. I just get very bored sometimes and start wandering off.
Sure.
I don't know. In that final fight the other day, you didn't really tank much. You sort
I
of
didn't have my armor, so I couldn't really tank.
not with that attitude. No, I didn't have any armor.
Yes, but you had natural armor.
Let me think. I've been starting to play more tanks in MMOs, usually because everyone bloody plays DPS, DPS is the most picked class type. So I went for tank more because it's more of what I want to do, and it requires a bit more coordination with the team when you're the tank, because you kind of become the team leader when you're the tank. And you have to know how the fight works, so I kind of like that more. And it's pretty easy just keeping the boss's attention and enemies. Well, I have usually problems with mobs because I usually play characters that are more single target DPS than group DPS, so that's always been a little problem. But yeah, that was the only reason. Jared?
I tend to go melee DPS.
Yeah.
I like to be up in the fight, but I don't like to be restricted from hitting the kills.
Sure.
I try my best to play casters, but for the life of me, I just can't.
Yeah. You cut out there if you said something.
I just can't.
Yeah. Justin?
Okay.
I bounce around depending on what's needed.
Yeah.
So I pretty much just see what we're lacking in the team, and I'll go for that. I'm not really sort of that attached to one role.
Sure.
I do generally sort of pick one, try and run with it for a bit, get bored, and then hop to another one when it works a bit better.
Yeah. I actually, now thinking about it, I used to gravitate towards like the heavily armored guys and then the assassin guys most of the time, or then some casters who are really cool like Svein. But yeah.
Heavily armored casting assassins.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, hopefully that answered Brodo's question.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Shall we move on to the 30k Legion review?
Yes, let's.
Okay, bit. I know I don't have anything to say, so I will to it, I think.
Sure.
All right.
See you all soon. See you,
Yeah.
listeners.
Yep. See ya.
Bye, people.
What legion? What legion is it this week?
Ultramarines.
Ugh.
Yeah, I talked about the Death Guard last time, so I'm not going to repeat myself.
Oh, okay.
If you want to know
we
more,
gotta
listen
talk-
to the previous podcast or look this up yourself. Oh, by the way, if you want
so we
to,
gotta talk about-
before we start, if you want to send us emails, please write to us at bbacpodcast@gmail.com.
bbacpodcast@gmail.com.
That's the
There you
one. So
yeah, we get to talk about the 13th Legion.
yeah.
go. Yay!
Which I really find weird because I usually liked the idea that the legions were kind of based on the tarot deck of Major Arcana and how each legion was symbolic of the card. And the Ultramarines cannot be death because that makes more sense with the Death Guard. So that theory went out the window a long time ago.
Well, I think that's what they originally started with, apparently, like going off the tarot deck and like
Yeah,
um
but the
there
numbers
was
don't
the
match.
thing for a while. Yeah. There was the thing for a while that it was gonna be Horus would come back because he was the fallen son, like
Yeah.
Lucifer. So when they get around to finishing off Warhammer one day,
Yeah.
they have to bring Horus back. But
Mm.
then again, after Dan Abnett's books, there is a good chance that Abaddon is a confirmed clone of Horus. So
Oh.
that could actually be a thing they've done.
We'll see. Anyway,
Potential.
yeah. Anyway, the Ultramarines, they got these Legion special rules like interlocking tactics. Let me see. If they shoot at a unit that another unit of Ultramarines have shot before, they can reroll ones to penetrate or to wound. So pretty much giving a pseudo shred / tank hunter to a unit.
Yeah. It's a really cool rule, and it actually supports running a multiple small unit army
Yeah.
because you can sort of interlock your fire a bit better than
Mm.
massive squads.
They
The
can-
downside with it
yeah.
is you have to play Ultramarines.
You can also reroll failed charge
one I hate here.
distances if you charge at a unit that's already being charged by another Ultramarine unit. If that makes sense. Hello?
Sure.
Yeah,
I think Justin's having mic issues.
might be.
No, I was yawning.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I've been awake since 4. I'm allowed to be tired.
sure. Yeah, so you can reroll charge distances against units that have already been charged by one of your Ultramarine units. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's useful.
It's pretty cool because
Yeah.
that does make it more likely you're going to get into combat.
Yeah.
So throw in like a unit of recon marines or something to absorb the overwatch and stuff, and then you get a rerollable charge with your assault troops.
Or use the recon or tactical support units to shoot at a unit first, so that the heavy stuff can reroll once they finish shooting.
Both.
Yeah. Anyway, they also have certainty and resolve, which lets them regroup and take fear tests at unmodified leadership 10.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No. Rigid chain of command. If the Ultramarine detachment loses its warlord, then every unit without an attached independent character must take a pinning test.
That one I like.
You also
Does-
lose an additional point to the opponent if you hit all the HQ units.
Yeah, I think that's really cool because it's quite fluffy.
Yeah.
They do like their chain of command.
They have... Ultramarines not the first ones they did again, because they have very few rules, special rules.
No, they came out in book 5, I think.
Because that was kind of...
They just
That's just their special rules. It's you only get to reroll these things that happened before your unit shoots, and then leadership 10, and then you lose all your guys. You lose a point.
Yeah, they gain the rest of their special rules when you put Poppy G on the table.
Yeah, of course they do. So the new Rite of War, well, not the new, but the Rite of Wars. The first one, the Logos Lectora, which you get to reroll run distances.
Trying to grab objectives.
Mm,
Probably gonna want to shoot things instead.
sure. Hold fast. A unit that doesn't move can snapshot at basic skill 2.
That's good.
Yeah, it's useful. Let's see. Retributive strike. You get counterattack. Okay, that's
Which is
real
awesome.
ridiculous.
Yeah, because imagine that on your suzerain
Yeah.
squads.
You must take an additional extra compulsory HQ choice.
Oh,
I
no.
must be a Master of Signals or a Damocles or Command Rhino.
Oh, take the Rhino.
Well, of
You can
course.
put your other HQ inside your HQ.
You must also take an additional compulsory troops choice.
Not bad.
No.
Troop units are pretty cool.
Let's see. You may not deploy more tanks or flyers than infantry.
So you're playing Raven Guard.
Yeah. Nobody can infiltrate or deep strike. Any unit that has deep strike has to enter play. Any unit that has to deep strike to enter play cannot be used, but normal reserves are fine.
That's odd.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what they're going for with this. It's more like you're giving a bit more utility to infantry, but that's about it. Maybe some flexibility is also there, but I don't know.
I think Ultramarines are like Imperial Fist. They're very vanilla,
Yeah.
but they work really well.
Yeah. I'm guessing Jared doesn't have any thoughts about this.
It's no.
Yeah.
It's all very. This is meta stuff. Like it's
Yeah, alright.
you're talking about stuff that'll affect a game. I've never played a game, therefore not much to say.
Yeah, alright.
Good point.
Let's go with the other one, the Rite of War. Vigil Operati mission. All infantry units in the allied detachment get infiltrators. So you can copying the bloody. Oh wait, it has to be an allied detachment. So you have to have like Imperials or some other, and your
Imperial
second.
Admech.
Yeah, or like another
Probably
squad.
fellow auxiliary or militia.
Yeah. Or could you have another army of Ultramarines being the allied detachment?
I don't think you can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you have like Imperial Fist as your primary detachment, if you
Oh,
have an
you mean
allied
Ultramarines?
detachment, it has to be separate.
Yeah, alright.
Oh yeah, but I was using a Legion that doesn't burn to speak about.
Sure. So yeah, the allied detachment gets infiltrate, so you kind of have a meat shield, I want to say, or something, already in place.
Pretty good on the Mechanicum
Yeah,
militia.
that too. Yeah, I can just imagine bloody Thanatar being 16 inches away already, or something.
That's scary.
Sacred Duty. All infantry in the allied detachment get impeccable advance.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you just have
That-
a Thanatar holding an objective.
That's not infantry though, is it?
Oh yeah, infantry. Yeah, whoops. I forgot about Fighter Spread.
Does mean you could have a unit of, say, Custodia Heteron Guard sitting there holding the
Yeah.
objective.
Legion recon squads lose the support squad rule, and so can be taken as compulsory troops.
See, I like that because I like the recon squads.
But you must take an allied detachment from the Imperialis militia and warp cult, and they have to be gene crafted and warrior elite provenances of war. Also, it may not use inducted levy squads. That's interesting. That actually like overturns my thoughts about using legions and AdMech now.
Yeah, to be fair, sticking them with Colts would probably be best.
Possibly.
Because nothing else, with the suzerain we'll get to later, they buff the leadership of units around.
Oh yeah.
So with the Colts, you'll make them very hard to shift.
Yeah.
And it was also pretty fluffy because the Ultramarines did have their own military regiments.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah. You have to take a Legion Vigilator console.
Yay!
Can only be taken by loyalists. I don't think anyone uses Ultramarines as traitors.
I still like that in the new rulebook you can take Talons of the Emperor as just makes no sense fluff-wise, which I hate, but I think it's funny that you can do it.
Let's move on to the war gear. We got the relic first.
Axes.
Gladius
Oh,
Invictus.
dude,
So it gives you +1 strength, it's rending, and it's a power sword. It also has +1 initiative in a challenge. And also ignores saves from a shield. So you could
Charnable saber that would be pretty good against like storm shields and stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking this is like the counter to the free up invulnerable saves from the Imperial Fist, Storm Shield, and the Fire Drakes.
Yeah. Downside with it though is what's the AP of it?
3.
Yeah, so you just take your 2 up save anyway.
Yeah. Unless you have some way of making it AP 2, but I don't think there's anything that lets you upgrade your weapons to that.
I think there's a psychic power that gives you rending.
Okay.
Yeah, cast Misfortune on your opponent and then get rending against them.
Legatine Axe. It's a specialist weapon with no strength bonus, but it gives you AP2 at initiative to all your to anyone who has it really. And also it automatically wounds on a 6, yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing that causes like irritation with Ultramarines is people going, you got those bloody things. Because suzerains have whole squads of them, or Thunderhammers. But there's no downside to that axe.
No. Mantle of Ultramar. You can only give this to a Praetor. It gives you immunity to blind and a feel no pain of 5 up.
That is pretty cool.
Depending on how many points it is, it might not be worth it, or it can be worth it.
My book's in the other room, but if that thing's cheaper than an apothecary, useful way to just sort of keep your hero alive, especially if they're running around on their own.
Right.
Say you put them on a jet bike or something like that. Cheaper than upgrading apothecary to have all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Ultramarine Breacher Squad. Breacher? Yeah, Breacher. Can exchange their bolters for power swords for 5 points each.
A little bit jealous about
that. It's just silly. Well, I don't know if silly, but it's like a combat squad, so they could be useful in Zone Mortalis.
Yeah, but it's kind of annoying because Imperial Fist Phalanx Water Squads are really fucking expensive to be able to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, they get axes instead of swords, but at the same point, Phalanx Warders get the buff to their initiative.
Yeah.
It's just really unfair.
Yeah. Let's move on to the unique. Well, actually, yes, you finish your thought.
Well, it does sort of fit the fluff because the way Gilliman ran his Legion was to go, those guys did that and it worked really well.
Right.
I'm going to work on that and make it even better. So that's where most of his special units come from, is seeing the other Legions do cool and then nicking it.
Yeah. You could do a full like Roman Legion kind of thing with the Breachers though, because they'll fast for like funsies if you want to do that. Because you could.
Yeah, they do have some lovely models.
Yeah. The Invictarius suzerains, or suzerains, whatever. So these are were they elite choice? I think they were, and they got those nicotine axes
Hello?
and bolt pistols.
Oh, we have a Sean.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the podcast, Sean.
Get away, Sean. It's alright at the end of the podcast, so you probably won't be heard much.
My bad. Didn't realise it was-
All right, it's because Pauli's in Finland.
Okay, I'm going to
And
continue.
silence-
No one leaves the chat. They also have Artificer armor, so job save on every single one. And boarding shields.
Yeah, which fantastic. Not just for the invuln,
Yeah.
but also the defensive grenade when you get charged.
Mm. They also weapon skill 5, so. Oh, they have bloody impeccable advance, so they score normally, and also chosen warriors. So if you have them with, they can just change the challenges from anyone.
Yeah, it's quite entertaining because against Angron,
Yeah.
you can literally have each one of them declare a challenge, so he can challenge each individual one and put
Yeah.
an attack onto each one. Quite cool.
Yeah. All models with Legionnaires, SRTs, Ultramarines, and Solar Auxilia and Imperial Militia allies get 12. Within 12 of them get +1 leadership. As long as the suzerains aren't pinned or falling back.
That's the one that would help massively with the militia cult stuff.
Yeah.
It's just so useful to make your really cheap cannon fodder troops suddenly never want to run away.
Right. You want to move on to the full Mentaurus?
Iron Warriors, but better than Iron Warriors.
Well, a little bit. It's debatable. They get worse as they die, and the Iron Warriors stay the same.
True, but they're also Terminators.
Also, they're basic skill 5. Shit.
Yeah.
Also, they have power mauls for some reason.
You can upgrade them, can't you?
Yeah, it's power fists.
Yeah, there you go.
They can take a twin-linked autocannon. And then they can all buy Cyclone missile launcher each. Yeah. Let's see the targeter, which is the thing that gives them the special rules. What do they do? If you have 2 models, you get night vision. If you have 5 of them, you get tank hunter. And if you have 8 of them, you count the enemy's cover as 1 point worse.
Which is really good.
It's really annoying that these
And
things are
screwed by Ravenclaw.
these are better than the originals, which always annoys me.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but that's what Gilliman does.
yeah.
He takes the things we love, and he ultramarines them, and they become things we hate. They're better.
Yeah.
Or he just does a better job than you lot.
He's a Primarch. I don't think that counts as a job.
I mean,
Also,
kinda.
slightly off topic, but something that's quite cool. On BBC News,
Yeah.
there's a thing here. It's Games Workshop, the empire that began in a West London flat, and sort of celebrating the mini 40 years since its launch. The co-founders, Ian Livingston and Steve Jackson,
Yeah.
share the story of the humble beginnings of Games Workshop in a video.
Alright.
It's all D&D stuff, didn't they?
That could be worth having a look at.
Yeah. Maybe next time. Or we
The
can.
podcast reacts.
Yeah, sure. Also, Sean thinking that I'll cut that out is hoping too much. because I'm too lazy to do that shit. So enjoy
I
having.
think what we're gonna have.
Yeah.
We'll have to get him on as a special guest at some point. And be like, here is the person you very quickly met once. Let's hear him actually properly this time.
Yeah. Or you were saying Jake as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get Paul on and talk about League.
Yeah. Just for that section.
Oh yeah, 8.4.
I think he's like, oh yeah, here's Paul. We're going to talk about some League for a bit.
Oh yeah, they mentioned that.
And then we'll just like fade out and come back later on. It's like,
Yeah. But shall we talk about the Lockwood Towers Storm Squad? They're the
bloody
artificer armored
everything.
assault marines with power swords.
Yeah.
But they don't need to take the jump packs? They can just be normal assault marines without anything. So you can just,
They're the ones that get to double tap their pistols when they deep strike, aren't they?
that's the
Yep.
one.
Hate those guys. Oh look, we're going to double tap our plasma pistols.
They cost a bit more than a regular assault squad, though.
Yeah, but they got 2-up saves.
Oh, that's true.
They might actually survive deep striking.
The sergeant and 1 in 5 marines can take the plasma pistol, so you can only have like. If you have a 10-man squad, you've got 3 of them in there, so you get 6 shots off.
Yeah, which isn't bad. I mean, if you got lucky, you could wipe out a Terminator squad before you charge it.
Yeah.
Or pop a transport.
Yeah. Though you don't want to run them with the logos like Tora, because then you don't get to deep strike.
Yeah.
It's still weird. I find that Rite of War was still weird since you can't deep strike.
There are quite a few that do that.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't remember what it is. There's one which combines with someone's special rule.
Yeah.
So you can't deep strike, but you can place someone in deep strike.
Okay.
Like that.
We'll
then they
probably
can't
come
actually
across it at
arrive
some
by
point.
deep strike. Yeah.
Anyway. Unique characters. Telemachus, which is a Contemptor Dread.
Fell from space.
Yeah. He has 1 more point of weapon skill, attack, and a hull point. He has a Carrier's Assault Cannon and a Dreadnought close combat weapon with a Combi Bolter. So you can pretty much make him very easily from conversions or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you just buy the bloody.
Yeah, he's the guy that was running around on Calf after falling back to the surface with one of the Tetrox, that's the one. Smashing up some word bearers.
Yeah.
But
Let's
he's
see.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he does anything other than that. Like, he's just an upgraded Contemptor Dread, but I'm just wondering if he has something.
I think he's a bit harder to kill.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got extra armor. He also gives +1 combat resolutions and sweeping advance rolls if you're within 12 of him in a combat.
That's pretty sweet.
And then he's got hatred for all traitor legions. Yep.
I want them to get around to releasing the Tetrox.
Oh, he's got
That'll be
fleet
interesting.
and D3 Hammer of Wrath attacks.
All Contemptors are fleet.
I didn't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, D3 Hammer of Wrath's good though.
Yeah. Then we got Captain Remus Ventanus.
Yeah!
He's
Savior of Calf.
Yeah, pretty much. He's a Centurion with 1 additional wound and leadership, and also has Master of the Legion. He's a very cheap character, so you can just get him and have more stuff on the board. Though he only has a power. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the main bonus I see for him is you bring him out in a small point game
Yeah,
because he's quite cheap, but he's got Master of the Legion, so you get to use a Rite of War,
right.
and he brings along his little swag flag to give Fearless.
Yeah.
And he can still take a command squad, so you can get Fearless in 2 places,
All right.
which is pretty cool. I mean, your Ultramarines are not really going to care about fear anyway,
Right.
but it is pretty cool that you can do that in a small game.
Yeah. He also can
I
modify.
have a new topic to bring up.
Sorry. Yes, it's good time. Yeah.
Bullshit of Nasus's fucking wither.
Excellent time to be
It's
talking
complete bullshit. Carry on.
We break your regular scheduled 30k review with Jared's.
Public safety
Interjection.
announcement. It's complete bullshit.
Or maybe you should stop sucking and just kill him.
I can't. Quinn kind of relies on movement.
Oh, that's like a very hard counter to Hecarim, actually, if I think about it.
That's
Very
a
hard counter to everything. It slows to 99%. Like,
Mm. Anyway, back to the remix.
sorry, yep. Back to
He modifies enemy reserved rolls by -1 and lets you reroll yours.
Yeah, that's good.
Especially if you're like bringing stuff in, and your opponent is also bringing stuff in from Deep Strike or reserves. He also has a Nuncio box, Melter Bombs, and Iron Halo. Okay. Oh, and the Legion Standard.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a support HQ
Yeah.
bringing along a smaller.
To be fair, like Ultramarines are all about support, buffing their stuff.
Yeah.
So now we got Gilliman.
Hey.
Robote Goalie Man.
He gives +1 leadership to all Ultramarine units. Your squads can roll to failed charges, and he and his squad get immunity to concussion.
Yeah, he's like the ultimate counter to Lorgar because of
Yeah.
that. Lorgar's saving grace in Primarch fights is concussion.
All right.
Oh wait.
He also gets Suzerains and Terminators as troops.
Nothing to complain about there. That's just
No.
awesome.
I probably no, I will never play Ultramarines, but if I did, probably just a full unit of Terminators and Suzerain, just for funsies.
Fun for who?
Me.
That's like your Sons of Horus army, but turned up to 11.
And with well, I don't know. Gotta have to test at some point. Oh, but did you see Justin Hill and Tom Stellard have a game on
Yeah,
Age of
I was going
Empire?
to watch that.
Yeah. Right. Tell me how it goes, because
I
I
really
couldn't
want to
do
go
it.
along.
Sorry?
Yeah, I want to go along to one of the bigger 30k events.
Yeah.
Fun.
But anyway, talk about Girly Man. He
Must we?
forces Siege Initiative attempts against Ultramarines to be rerolled. So even if you get a 6, you have to reroll that. And gives entire unit entries either the Impeccable Advance, Tank Hunter, or Interceptor.
To be fair, Tank Hunter on the Fulminatus.
Yeah, well, they already get that.
In that case, Interceptor on the Fulminatus.
Oh yeah, bring down planes as well. Well, actually, no, you just shoot at the first thing that deep strikes. He gets a +1 weapon skill in a challenge every round after the first one, up to weapon skill 10. And it resets after the duel ends, or he gets a new opponent.
Yeah, so it's quite good if you can
Survive.
juggle the challenge if you're
Mm.
fighting against him. But otherwise, he will end up with a higher weapon skill than you.
Yeah.
And will start winning because of that.
Mm. He also ignores any negative modifier to his leadership and rerolls deny the witch rolls.
Just to really, really put Lorgar down even harder.
Yeah. No, it's Husband Sons as well. He has a 2-up save, a 4-up invulnerable save. The first invulnerable save that Gilliman fails per phase can be re-rolled. Okay, so he is tanky as well, slightly.
Hard to bring down.
He's got the Gladius Incanter and Hand of Dominion. He has to choose between the two, but they're both specialist weapons, so he gets the extra attack for that. And the Gladius is a shredding Paragon Blade, and the Hand of Dominion is a Strength 10 AP1 Power Fist with Concussive.
Yeah, he can pretty much either duel his brothers, he can rip squads to pieces, or he can punch his way through Titans.
Yeah.
He just does whatever.
He's also got the Arbitrator, which is a Strength 6 AP3 Combi Bolter with Assault 2 and Rending.
Notice though, his is Assault.
Yeah.
Dawn's is Salvo.
Oh. Okay. Well, he's got the Corknick Signum and Frag Grenades.
Yeah, he's very much, you just sort of throw him into your enemy's army, and just watch them try and kill him, like they do with most Primarchs.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the satisfaction of him buffing your army like crazy.
Well, he's more of a buffer than a... Well, like, he can hold his own in combat, but I see, like, the benefits of having him are more for the rules he brings to the table rather than his combat skill.
I think he's not a beat stick like Horus or Russ.
Yeah.
But still pretty damn good in combat.
This is true.
Especially the longer the combat goes on.
Yeah. Swarm Brothers are Imperial Fists, Blood Angels, Iron Hands, and Imperial Army.
Interesting that it's not.
It's not what?
Salamanders.
Well, yeah.
Well, Salamanders are pretty much Swarm Brothers with everyone, but mainly the ones they fought with. So I think there's Swarm Brothers with Raven Guard and Iron Hands.
Yeah, but the whole, Vulcan actually went to in the Imperium Secundus. You figured that.
So you cut out there again.
Though. Yeah. But Vulcan didn't willingly.
Okay, how did one of you not hear me and one of you responded perfectly to my sentence?
Oh no, your sentence did end weirdly. I just went with it. But yeah, Vulcan didn't choose to go to Imperium Secundus. He just teleported and ended up there. And arrived in style.
If you call falling down like a meteor, then sure.
Well,
it's called falling with style.
You saying meteors don't have style?
I don't know. They're just rocks, aren't they?
We'll check with the dinosaurs. Be right back.
Sure.
Got to admit, Dumbledore, that meteor had style.
Have to admit it. Dumbledore's got style.
All right. Unless you two have something to talk about, that's it for
They
this
are
week.
actually making a tabletop game of Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, I saw that. The models look really cool, like really well made.
I wonder if that'd be any good, because I'd love to see that rise as like the new tabletop mania is Harry Potter.
That I'd totally be okay with that. That'd be hilarious.
Shall I call this episode the one where we get interrupted by Sean?
It was so intervention. We couldn't recover from it. It was.
The thing, he sounded so happy when he joined.
No, that's what
We'll have to try and get him on the next one.
We'll see. I'm back in England on the 1st. So that's a Sunday, I believe.
That was the country in which...
Yeah, you cut out there.
I completely forgot that was the country in which I lived.
Yes. Let's see. I should be back in Cheltenham around 5 or 6, so we'll see about recording after then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was going to suggest is sometime in May,
Yeah.
when hopefully work is a bit less manic and we actually get some time off again. Try and get like Sean up, do a load of games all day, maybe go up to One World to do it,
Right.
and then do podcast in the evening. We
Yeah.
can like talk about our games in detail that day.
Yep. And if you have
That could even be
pictures,
the
I can
time
actually...
we sort out.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. That could even be the time we start off like a Facebook page or something for pictures to go up.
Yeah. Or just have them in the podcast video as well.
Or that.
Yeah.
Either one.
I think that does us for this week.
Yeah.
All right.
I am tired.
Yeah. Well, it's 11 over here, so...
9:10 here.
I know. Anyway,
Bye.
goodbye,
In a real
everybody.
country. Bye.
Yeah, see you.